On today's episode, I'm talking about how to make your goals successful, how to get really specific and keep motivated.
This is how legends are made.
Hi there, and thank you for joining me on today's episode. I wanted to talk about something which is quite timely, or at least it's kind of right appropriate for this time of year. And it's about goal setting. I think there are probably more people on the planet setting up goals or objectives or aspirations for tomorrow, the next few weeks or next few months than ever before. So I wanted to give you my take or my guidance about how to set up kind of empowered goals. One's not simply just as an idea, how we're going to take that to really make them happen, some real actions. And it's about 2 points, and it's really about activating both the mind and the emotions. But first, the simple part of this is that I want you to understand one thing. The brain works at a very fast pace, faster than we possibly realize. It may sound quite conversational inside our heads, but it's actually running at a quite brisk speed. So one way to deal with that is actually to take the idea out of our minds and articulate it onto either paper or onto a device and have it written down. Get it out of your head and write it down. So first step of the goal setting to make kind of really informed goals is to actually write down specifically what it is. What is your goal? What would you like to see happen? Not so much the plan, but what will the goal be? What's the outcome you're looking for? And I'd like to take a bit of time to be quite specific about that. I'd like to understand and reflect exactly what it is for you. It may seem very clear in your head, but when we put it down on paper, it puts us through a process where we've got to articulate it quite in a quite refined way, and that's very, very useful. So it helps us really kind of get clear on what it is. Now, for some of you, you may not have a clear goal or specific outcome, but what you may have is just a sense of what you'd like to see happen, some general ideas. Take those and write them down as well. Write them down so you have an idea of broadly what you're looking for. The process is still very important to get it out of your head and onto paper. Now, as you're writing this, as you go through the process, you may find you'll get more articulate on the goal itself. It may coalesce and come together with a bit more clarity for you. You may kind of get an understanding that this is going to be more specific. But even if it doesn't, that's fine. Just start the process of writing out. Now, the questions you could ask yourself are what you'd like to see happen, how you like to feel, what you like to be doing. This may all help you. Once you've done this, either the particular goal, specific goal in mind and the outcome you're after, or a generalized point of view, I would like you to have those very clearly written down. Once you've done that, the next stage is the one where we're activating the emotions. So we're going to tie up the mind with the emotions, because the emotions are what drive us. As you know, what we decide things and what we act on is the feelings we get. So how are we going to make our goal give us feelings? Very simply, I want you to, below the heading, in whatever form you're doing this, write down what achieving your goal will feel like. How are you going to be different? What will you think about? What kind of conversations might you have? How might you approach other challenges? What kind of person will you be having achieved this? Maybe not only just the outcome, but the process of doing it. I want you to go into your future, however far ahead that may be, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, or even a year, and get a clear understanding of what you'll be thinking about. Who may you spend more time with? What kind of conversations may you have? What books you might read? Whatever it may be, whatever it is that's going to really make you feel that you've achieved your outcome and got to the other side of it. List all those things out, because inside that we're activating the emotions linked to the outcome. We can often fall by the wayside when it comes to creating kind of empowering goals, because it's quite challenging to keep on kind of grinding through a difficult plan or process and not seeing results. One way of kind of harvesting that good feeling is by kind of focusing on how you're going to feel when you achieve it, and using that as your kind of fuel you return to on a regular basis. We're going to keep this and use it to keep us going through the challenges, because they're going to be some there as well as we go through change. For this episode, that's all I wanted to cover. Specific goal setting. I would like you to focus on writing down your goal so it's very clearly activated in your mind, and then the emotions connected to it. I'd like you to really write down how you're going to feel once you've achieved your goal. Now, if you're very specific with the goal, that may be quite simple for you. It still applies if you've still got some generalized ideas of how you'd like to feel or what you'd like to do, the more unspecific goals. Still work with how you'd like to feel, what you'd like to be overcoming, where you'd like to see yourself. And this is not necessarily particularly financially, though it may be. It's more about spiritually, how you're feeling as a person, looking to understand what's going to drive you. So give these two very simple but powerful techniques a go. And as ever, any questions, comments or thoughts, or if there's a burning issue you want to resolve in some form, please drop me a comment down on YouTube, Facebook, or even DM me on Instagram. Maybe a subject you'll come up with I can turn into a general kind of video or a podcast for other people who can benefit. So as ever, I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. And don't forget, if you are enjoying these videos and getting some benefit from them, please share them with the community, your friends or family. As I said before, you never know when someone needs to hear a message that they may find very useful. So other than that, have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time.
Legends are made.